Director of Dance in the Parks, and I'm here with Laura Wade. She is a ballet teacher all over Chicago, much beloved by the dance community. She's also the ballet mistress at River North, and she is setting a piece called Encuentros on us, which is super magical, actually. We're having a really good time doing it. You just got back from a tour of Russia with River North.
Yes.
That's exciting.
It was very exciting.
Yeah.
The audiences loved them. They love dance. They love dance.
Yeah.
They run up on the stage to give flowers to the dancers. Right.
Like personally,
yes,
like those people.
Like really up on the
Wow.
stage. So the first time it was a little bit, excuse me, right on the stage. Like, but they kind of got used to it. It was very, very nice.
That's so
they
beautiful.
loved it. So.
That's beautiful. You can do that at the parks.
Oh,
it's okay. We love flowers. Just, keep a little bit of a distance. Yeah. And you are setting a piece called Encuentros on us. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this magical piece?
Yes, it has traditional Andean music. The musicians actually are from Bolivia, but the Andean music pretty much goes through the whole, mountain range. And I'm using images of Machu Picchu. I went there about 6 years ago. It was gorgeous and a really magical place. But so there's imagery of the mountains and the valleys and the river winding through, and the young men who, when you're most of the way, you're quite high, many thousands of feet elevation, before you go and climb the final to the peak. There is a place where you can buy bottled water and Coke and whatever.
Right.
And you know how they get those cans of Coke up there? They strap cases of pop to the young men. They run up the side of the mountain in their flip-flops, running.
Correct athletic wear, I feel.
Yes, it is. And at that high elevation, so there's kind of this, it is a very joyous, wonderful, magical place. And it does also have, there are like these windows, a slit, so that on a very specific day, the first day of spring, the sun rises, comes through that window onto the stone table.
And highlights it. Amazing.
How they knew that, how they measured it, they really don't know. They knew a lot about astronomy.
Yeah.
So there's kind of this, kind of the ritual of the year in the piece also.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I know, I want to go.
Yes, it is. You should go. It's a
All right.
fantastic place.
All right, we'll do that. So now I'm going to ask you our 9 questions that we're asking everybody.
Okay.
First one, what is your hometown?
Toledo, Ohio.
Toledo, Ohio.
Yes.
I'm a Midwestern girl.
Yeah.
I like it. What neighborhood of Chicago do you currently live in?
Albany Park.
Albany Park. Have you been there a while?
14 years.
That's a while.
Yes.
The way the city usually works, we're like every year. New place to live.
No, I
That's
lived in
great.
Lakeview for 20 years. Various apartments. 20 years there.
Yeah.
Now Albany Park.
Settled. All right. What is your favorite guilty pleasure song? Embarrassed to admit you love it.
Well, that would have to be, I think, that We Are Young. And it's very singable in the car. You
It's
just
totally
can
singable.
just sing.
With the windows down for everyone to hear.
No, I get the windows up.
Oh, no.
Windows.
That's when you have to belt for
Right.
everyone to share. That's a good one. I like that. I love learning all these things about everybody. Like, really? That's Erin Hillary Duff.
Wow, yes, who would have known? How would you know?
You learn a lot about a person, I tell you. So the next one, what's your worst side job?
I don't know if it was really my worst, but I was a gift wrapper at Marshall Fields.
Oh,
Yes.
and it's still Marshall Fields. I don't care who bought it. It's still
Yeah, well,
Marshall
no,
Fields.
this was when it was
Yeah.
Marshall Fields. It was actually
But yeah,
Marshall Fields.
yeah,
So I had just moved to Chicago. I did that job for about 2 years, but ironically, of course, it would get to be Nutcracker and I'd want off.
Yeah,
which
right.
is
Right when they needed lots of gift wrap.
correct.
Dang.
They actually were really nice about it, and so anyway,
That's great.
Mother's Day I was always there for Mother's Day.
There you go.
But
That's
yeah.
an excellent rapper if they were letting you off at the holidays.
So I did the gift wrapping. Yes, it was.
Brilliant. That's all right. That's when you don't hear all the time. It's a good one. I like that. What is our next one? What is your favorite non-dance activity?
Reading.
Reading. That's good. I'm the daughter of a librarian. I can
Oh,
get down on that.
okay.
This is good.
You're telling
Yeah,
me.
totally. Yeah. Do
Good.
you have a favorite book or a recent favorite read?
always Lord of the Rings is always
so
the favorite. So
Yeah, yeah. I have to admit, I read the trilogy, but really it was The Hobbit that I loved the best. I read that when I was like, oh, let's read the trilogy. And then the trilogy was like, that was good.
you read The Hobbit after?
I read The Hobbit first. And then
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, oh, I should read the trilogy. I liked it so well, but I didn't like it as well. I liked The Hobbit better. But, you know, I've done it. I've read it. It's
You read it.
Check.
I've only read it
Got
about 35 times. So.
That's good. It balances out how much I didn't. It's okay. What is the worst advice you ever got?
The worst advice I think was when you're auditioning as a dancer, you know, that it's kind of cheating to talk to the director, the choreographer, to like it's you're buttering up the person. You're like,
Yeah.
no, it isn't.
They have to work with you every day.
And they want to know that you're going to be actually pleasant to work with.
Yeah.
It's not, and I feel like when I was a young dancer, that was like, oh no, you have to get the audition on your quality, you know, like they have to pick you because you did well.
Yeah.
Well, they are going to pick you because you did well,
Yeah.
but I think that was bad advice.
Yeah.
That in fact they want to be treated like a person. You're just treating the director like the person.
Yeah.
And showing that you're going to be
Yeah. Easy to work with.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really important,
It's really
actually.
important.
It's the total wrong advice.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good one. Pay attention, all you dancers. Pay attention. She's right. What's the best advice you ever got?
To move to Chicago,
There you go.
I was a
Who told you?
Jerry Houlihan. She was a modern dancer. I think I can't remember from what she was in Laura Lubovich's company or something a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was at a ballet workshop. She taught the modern. I loved her class. It was very technical modern. And she said, there's so much going on in Chicago.
Right.
So much dance going on. It was true then. It's true now. There's so much dance going on. You're going to find something to do. And I didn't know one person in Chicago. I moved here, started taking ballet with Larry Long and modern with Nana Scheinflug.
There you go. And now look at you.
Now I know everybody.
Now you know everybody, and everybody knows you. Congratulations. That's good advice. All right. What attribute do you most admire in another person?
Persistence.
That is a good one. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, wrong.
Persistence, you will. Well, if you say you can't do it, you're right. You are right, because then no, you're right.
Right.
You'll know.
You won't.
So, persistence, you're going to get, if not the thing you think you want right then, you're going to get something. Because either it will morph to, oh, you now are going towards something else.
Right.
But you're going to get somewhere and get something.
Yeah. Yeah. And it will be a good fit once it's there, because you kept finding what it was that you needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one too. More good advice. Last one. What was one live performance moment that affected you? And it could be your own performance or watching a performance or live.
Baryshnikov, can I?
Yeah, you can. He's great.
Baryshnikov did a solo, Twilight Harps, where they had
Heartbeat.
a thing
Seen it.
hooked up. You could hear his heartbeat. And there were two moments. There was one moment when he turned to the audience and just was like, okay, wait a minute. And I realized I was, in fact, on the edge of my seat. Honestly. And I realized, oh, that's what they mean by being on the edge of, and that's all he turned and also in the same piece, at one point it looked up and it was, as if he's saying, really, this is the end? I'm coming to the end of my dancing. I'm the greatest dancer in the world, which I pretty much think, yes. And it was so much like, well, we all get there, even Baryshnikov.
Yeah.
And he was like 52 or 53 at that point. He still did, he was doing big pitched out, jumping a la Sakon and pirouettes to open out to a big tilted something, it was not just walking around, which he can walk around and still be interesting. But it was very physical, quite athletic, and it still was like. It's coming to an end.
Yeah.
Very
But
touching.
there were witnesses there for it, so that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all we have for you. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Laura Wade, and thanks everybody for tuning in.
Come to the show.